Who is Konsta Helenius? Konsta Helenius, 18 years old, a center slash right wing prospect out of Finland. He is 5'11", 181 as of right now. And you look at what has been a lot of different spots for Helenius. He's played with Finland in the World Junior Championships all the way back to when he was 16, and played in the Finnish leagues as well. Has had some really good seasons. Is back in 2020, 2021. He had 20 goals and 37 assists, 57 total points in 22 games. In 2023, 2024, in the Liga League, he had 14 goals, 22 assists, 36 points in 51 games, and then had 2 goals and 4 assists in 6 playoff games as well. In international competition with the U20 Finland's team, he had 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points in 13 games. So he has played for a few spots, to say the least, throughout his young hockey career so far. Here's what Scott Wheeler has to say. Helenius put together one of the most productive under-18 seasons in Liga history this year, entering into similar territory as names like Patrick Laine, Capo Kakko, and Mikhail Granlund, without quite chasing down record holder Alexander Barkov. He wasn't just one of the better younger players in Liga or one of the better players on Urkrit either. He became one of the top players in the league, period, cemented by an excellent Liga playoffs. He did while sticking at his natural center position, despite being a 5'11", 17-year-old who won't turn 18 until later this year. At year's end, he was also excellent in his debuts with the Finnish men's team, earning a spot on the Senior World Championships roster. He was also Finland's top player at U18s, though he didn't completely take over in the way many expected and hoped that he would. All this after impressing at World Under-17s, where he capped off an 11-in-7 tournament with a 4-point performance in the bronze medal game, and last year's U18 Worlds, where Wheeler thought he really drove the bus on an otherwise disappointing team. All this after playing 33 Liga games as a 16-year-old last season, as the league's youngest player and still registering 11 points. All this after impressing at the World Junior Summer Showcase last summer months after his 17th birthday, and still as the youngest player invited. All this after centering a top 6 line as an underager at the World Juniors, where he wasn't a star. Wheeler thought he played better than his 2 points in 7 games indicated. There were some who wondered for a time if he'd be a center or a winger at the NHL level, but he's solid in the faceoff circle. His defensive play is where it needs to be, and then some. It's a real strength of his game. And he's got an impressive understanding of how to forecheck, track, and engage for pucks with his body and stick. Helenius is a joy to watch navigate, manipulate, and pass the puck with his smarts and intuition. He's got an ability to find his teammates in space and then get pucks to them with the perfect weight and timing, even while he's well covered. He also stirs the drink through his effort level, regularly coming up with pucks when you don't expect him to, while quietly and efficiently impacting play at both ends of the rink and coming up with a ton of steals and lifts. He's both a driver and a playmaker. He does such a good job identifying lanes and taking what the defense gives him. He'll look for his own look when it's there or play in a quick give and go when spacing tightens up. He seems to create constantly. He's a good, though not great skater, which has led to some ranking him outside their top 10s. He anticipates the play at a very high level off the puck. The puck just seems to find him again and again inside the offensive zone. He shields pucks extremely well and can play keep away to wait for his opponents to open up. He's got a 6th sense for timing and spacing. He's always in good support positions and always seems to make the right decisions with the puck. He's got vision and finesse and a real East-West game. He's a problem solver. He looks like a top 10 pick to Wheeler. He looked pretty clearly like one of the draft's most intelligent forwards in Wheeler's viewings. Wheeler also liked the determination that he played with. He has already proven to be a pro play driver as well. And Wheeler thinks he's got a real top 6 prospects as a center, which is hard to come by. The hockey writers say this about Konsta Helenius. This is Dayton Reimer putting the profile together. So the rankings for Helenius, first and foremost, NHL Central Scouting has him first among European skaters. Future Considerations has him 4th. Elite Prospects has him 9th. Peter Barcini's March rankings had him 9th. Logan Horn's February rankings had him 12th. Andrew Forbes' February rankings had him 7th. Smott Scouting had him 11th. Bob McKenzie 8th. Craig Button 6th. Dauber Prospects had him 8th, and Recruit Scouting had him 3rd. Here's what Dayton Reimer says about Konsta Helenius. When drafting 18-year-olds, NHL teams know that they are not getting a polished player. Many junior players struggle with the defensive side of their game and could add some strength before they are ready for the professional level. Take Cole Eiserman, for example. He has one of the most dangerous shots in the entire draft class, which has led to comparisons to Cole Caulfield and Austin Matthews, but he has struggled when not on the puck, not with the puck, which has led to some polarizing opinions on where he should be drafted. However, that does not apply to Konsta Helenius, who may be one of the most well-rounded prospects available in 2024. There is no question that Helenius has a fantastic mind when it comes to offense. With Tapara's U16 program in 2020-2021, he led the team with 20 goals and 57 points over just 22 games, surpassing the second highest scorer by 26 points. The following season, at just 16 years old, he was moved up to the U18 squad, where he finished second on the team with 45 points in 33 games. In 2022-2023, he moved up again to the U20 team, and despite not yet being 17, he put up 28 points in 19 games and made his Liga debut with Jekrit, where he scored 11 points in 33 games. This season, he's on pace to set the highest total by a U18 player since Alexander Barkov put up 48 points in 2012-2013. He's already surpassed Patrick Laine and Arturi Lekkonen's totals in 2015-2016 and 2012-2013, respectively. The reason Helenius has been able to put up so many points no matter where he plays is his intelligence. He uses his fantastic skating to create space, employs bursts of speed and quick changes in direction to open up lanes for him to make easy passes to his teammates. He carefully watches how plays develop and can read where the puck is going to go and respond accordingly. And he's been able to do all of this against players 5 to 10 years his senior. On defense, he's equally as smart. Despite standing 5'11", Helenius demonstrates surprising strength and isn't afraid to engage physically with bigger opponents. He uses strong positioning to pick off errant passes and can pressure players to force them into making mistakes and coughing up the puck. When it happens, he relentlessly pursues the puck, ensuring that possession returns to his team. No matter what is happening on the ice, he is 1 or 2 steps ahead of everyone else. Helenius really can do it all. He's determined and relentless, skates well, and uses his edges and quick changes effectively. He understands the defensive side of the game, knows how to pick off teammates who have the best chance at scoring with a strong pass and has a quick, deceptive release. The only knock against him is that of all of these skills, none of them stand out above his competition. When it comes to adding an impact player, no one impacts more areas than Helenius, and he's not far from being ready for the NHL. Let's get to his draft projection. Helenius has a very projectable set of skills that will certainly make him a great NHLer, but at this time, it will be difficult for the Finn to slip into the top 10. He doesn't have the size or standout attribute, which may allow more dynamic forwards to sneak ahead. Several top-tier defensemen will likely be early off the board, like Artem Levshinov, Anton Silyev, Zane Parik, Zeev Boyum, and Carter Yakimchuk. While he certainly has the talent to get up there, it looks more like a top 15 pick. Strengths include intelligence and decision-making, quick, accurate shot, skating and quickness, defensive awareness, and strength. He's not afraid to engage physically. Areas to improve: doesn't have one dominant skill, not flashy or dynamic, and a little undersized for an NHL center. That's nothing new to the Minnesota Wild. Despite his sub-6-foot stature, I think he can continue to be a center in the NHL. He is just so smart on the ice and can see the game several steps ahead of his competition, which makes him a valuable two-way player, and his ability to set up and read plays gives him the skill to center any line. He should be able to fit nicely into any second line in the NHL when he comes over from Europe, and could end up becoming a 60 to 70 point scorer. You had me at everything. You had me all the way through until it got to the, again, not one standout skill, but the intelligence here is really intriguing, because we see that on display with Kirill Kaprizov on almost a nightly basis, and there just are few players on the roster that are capable of doing those sorts of things that he does. So somebody who understands the game at a similar level of intelligence, that would be intriguing to say the least. But there you go. The draft profile for Konsta Helenius for the 2024 NHL draft.